She didn't know the man's name. She didn't know where he came from. All Emma knew was that he was bleeding badly and collapsing right in front of her on the empty street. And even though she was already running late for her clinical shift, even though missing one more day meant failing the semester, she knelt beside him anyway, not knowing that this single moment would completely reshape her life within the next 24 hours. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Hopeful Stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. Nursing student in her class, the type who sat in the back corner, double-checked every step and never spoke louder than a soft whisper. Her instructors always told her she had gentle hands. Hands perfect for healing, but her shyness often overshadowed her skills, making her feel invisible. That morning, she left her apartment early, clutching her clinical schedule like a lifeline. She had already missed one shift due to illness, and her supervisor had warned her, one more absence. And you repeat the whole semester? The thought alone made her stomach twist. She hurried down the street, her backpack bouncing against her shoulder until she saw him. A man in his late 30s, stumbling against a brick wall, blood seeping through a torn sleeve. Their eyes met. For a second, and Emma froze. His lips trembled, his breathing shallow, and then he collapsed to his knees. "Please help," he whispered. Looked at her watch. She had 10 minutes left. If she left right now, she could still make it. Her heart pounded, her future dangling between two impossible choices. But as she knelt beside him, she remembered why she chose nursing in the first place, not for supervisors, but for moments like this. She dug into her bag, pulling out her mini first aid kit she always carried just in case. Her hands shook, but her training took over. She cleaned the wound, applied pressure, and wrapped the bandage carefully, layer over layer, the way her professor taught her. The man winced, but managed a faint smile. "You're really good at this." Emma ignored the burning anxiety in her chest as time slipped away from her. She finished dressing the wound, checked his pulse, asked him questions to assess shock, and only when she was sure he was stable did she help him sit up. "Thank you," he whispered. "I'll never forget this." Emma smiled weakly, then bolted toward the hospital, her breath tearing from her lungs. But when she arrived, sweaty and apologetic, the clinical floor was already busy, and her supervisor's expression was carved from stone. "Emma, I'm sorry, you're late. You'll have to repeat the entire semester." Her throat tightened. She nodded, tears burning behind her eyes, and quietly handed over her ID badge. She didn't tell anyone about the man. She didn't tell anyone why she made the choice she did. She simply walked home silently, replaying the moment, wondering if she had ruined her future for nothing. She slept that night with a heavy heart, unaware that the next morning, everything would change. The next day, Emma arrived at the college office to sign her repeat semester paperwork. She felt hollow, as if the world had turned gray. Students rushed past her, chatting and laughing, unaware of the storm in her heart. When she handed her form to the secretary, the woman frowned. "Emma, the dean wants to see you in the conference room now." Emma's pulse raced. She walked down the hallway, each step echoing loudly in her ears. When she opened the door, she froze. Sitting at the table in a crisp suit was the man she had bandaged the day before. Clean, alert, confident, completely different from the bleeding stranger she helped. Her mouth fell open. "Emma, I've been looking for you." The dean glanced between them, confused. The man stepped forward. "My name is Richard Hale. I'm the CEO of Hale Medical Innovations." Emma blinked, struggling to process the words. "CEO? Of one of the biggest medical companies in the country?" Continued. "Yesterday, I was leaving a meeting when a construction sign fell and injured my arm. I tried to find help, but I was losing consciousness. You saved me. And I learned you missed your clinical shift to do it." Emma felt her cheeks burn with embarrassment. I just did what anyone should," he said firmly. "You did what a real nurse does." He turned to the dean. "I personally request that Emma's missed shift be excused. Her actions demonstrated the highest level of medical ethics and compassion. The dean adjusted her glasses. Mr. Hale, school policy is? Then, let me make this easier. Richard interrupted gently. Emma embodies exactly what my company stands for. So I'm offering her a full scholarship, complete tuition coverage, clinical placement, and a guaranteed internship at Hale Medical. Emma gasped, tears filling her eyes instantly. What? Would you do that? He smiled at her with genuine warmth. Because when I needed help most, you didn't hesitate. You saw a stranger, but you treated me like a human being worth saving. The dean approved the scholarship immediately. Emma walked out of the office in disbelief. Her life transformed overnight. Students and staff congratulated her as she passed, but her heart was focused on one thing. She didn't regret her choice. Anymore, the man she helped walked beside her. Emma, you're going to make an incredible nurse. She finally let the tears fall not of pain, but of relief and gratitude. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Hopeful Stories for more inspiring content.